No, I've been nice to Christie, but he really hit me today. Christie. I mean, I don't know. He's a friend of mine. But he's not doing well in the polls, and he really, really hit me today. He hated this, and yet he said anybody could count. You got to look at some of his statements from the past. But he really hit me on the whole thing with we have to stop the Muslims until we find out what's going on. Does that make sense, by the way? Until we find out. And he talked about that's an experience, in other words, he has experience, right? But that's the statement of an inexperienced man. The statement I made about we have to stop people that want to kill us from coming in. Does that sound like an experience? So Chris, who's a friend of mine, he hit me hard. And I said, I got to hit him at least once. So I won't do this a lot, but look, here's the story. The George Washington Bridge. He knew about it. Hey, how do you have breakfast with people every day of your lives? They're closing up the largest bridge in the world, the biggest in the United States, traffic flowing during rush hour. People couldn't get across for 6-7 hours. Ambulances, fire trucks. They're with them all the time, the people that did it. They never said, hey, boss, we're closing up the George Washington Bridge tonight. No, they never said. They're talking about the weather, right? Then, so he knew about it. He knew about it. He totally knew about it. He's got a very friendly group of people over there that they don't think so, but I don't know. Look, it's called life. You got to be smart in life. I would say there's less than 1% chance. It could be, but I doubt it. He knew about it. They mentioned. They didn't mention at one of their meetings. I think they had breakfast like every day or every other day. They just say, Chris, tonight we're closing up the George Washington Bridge because the mayor of a certain area is against you. Oh, okay. They didn't mention. Nobody believes that. Number 2, 9 downgrades of the state. 9 downgrades. It's a disaster. I have property over there. The taxes are through, I'll use an expression, coming out of my ears, okay? Tremendous taxes over there. You had 9 downgrades. You had Christie, so friendly with President Obama during the flood. I actually called. I said, let me ask you, is he going to vote for Obama? I thought he was going to vote for Obama. I don't know. I think he possibly did. And Romney, I was very disappointed. One of the reasons I was disappointed is he called Christie and they had dinner right after the election. If Christie did that to me, I would have never spoken to him again. I would have never done. So when when he talks about lack of experience, I built this incredible company. I filed papers where everyone's saying, wow, that is unbelievable. I would have probably filed them even if I didn't run because, I built a great, great company. Tremendous cash, tremendous assets, tremendous net worth, very little debt, unbelievable cash flow. And I filed. Everybody said, number 1, he won't run. And I ran. I took a deep breath. I went, let's go, to my wife. And we came down that escalator, right? The famous escalator. Hopefully, in many years, that'll be a very famous scene because we will have turned around our country and that'll be a positive note, okay? Hopefully. But then they said, oh, well, he announced. So all these talking heads, most of whom are not even smart people, believe me. Then they said, well, they went to Ivy League College. So did I go to Ivy League College. They went to this. Most of them did go to Ivy League colleges, by the way. But anyway, but they say they're brilliant. One's brilliant because he wears glasses, Like Perry. Remember Perry? Remember, we don't have to. But what happens is they say, well, he'll never file Form A. That's basically where you sign your life away. I filed Form A. Then they'll say, well, he'll never sign his financial statement because maybe he's not as rich as everybody thinks. Now, what they don't know, and then they said, and if he does, he'll ask for many, many delays because you're entitled to 45-day delays, and you can delay it till ever. And he'll delay it till after the election. I said, no. So I filed it ahead of schedule.